This is Cars, Stars, and Everything in Between. He's the star, Richard Bazzi from Schultz Ford. I'm from 100.7 Star. I'm now going to back out of this conversation. I'm going to be quiet because I've never seen Richard Bazzi more excited about a radio interview ever. Sunny and the Black Pack live on Cars, Stars, and Everything in Between.
And Sonny, forgive me because what I say here, I wear a cowboy hat. I'm not from Texas, but I wear a cowboy hat, and my claim to fame is yeehaw. So I say yeehaw, and Sonny, just so you know, in my urban dictionary, the Bazzi Urban Dictionary, that is defined as an exuberant, over-the-top expression of happiness.
Well, you are all that. I can tell from here that you are exactly that, my friend. Upon meeting you right away, I was blown away. You have the most incredibly charismatic energy that I absolutely adore right now. It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, you guys.
Oh my God, Sonny!
Awesome.
Look, can you see what I have?
I see it, and I'm kind of tripping. I'll be honest. That when you came on and you saw that in your hand, I was like, wait a minute, is this real?
I'm telling you, and you know what, Sonny? This is the second one. The first one they sent me was damaged, so we had to hurry and make sure we got it back as a replacement, so I would have it to show you today.
Oh no! Well, I'm so sorry to hear that it was damaged. What was wrong with it? What happened?
The bridge came off. Yeah.
Okay.
So Richard,
Wait a minute, Bubba. I'm not done.
Since part of this is radio, nobody can see you, so nobody has any idea what you're showing him on the Zoom. So tell our radio audience what it is that you just held up to the Zoom camera, to this camera.
Well, thank you, sir, for being so clear on that. Is it Kala? Is it pronounced right? Kala?
That's right. You got it. Kala.
Kala ukulele.
That's right. It is a solid body. Yeah. Electric.
It is a solid body. And I have to tell you, I have studied guitar. I took guitar lessons for 5 years, but I cannot get the proper tone out of this Kala ukulele. But I don't want to get hung up on this. Sonny, I just have to tell you, you are amazing. Your style, and I guess I would say it's reggae, right?
It's a combination. I mean, honestly, that's something people ask us a lot, what style you are, what kind of music do you do? And we do a lot of island reggae inspired kind of songs, but we do everything from pop, rock, jazz, hip hop, heavy metal, sometimes country, whatever it is. To us, there's no stipulations of any kind of music or any genre that we have to do. It just matters if we feel the music that we're playing. So that allows us to be free and do virtually any kind of style that we want to do, which is the best thing ever. I love music, all kinds of music, and I would never want to pigeonhole myself into a certain genre because I am so passionate about every kind of music, literally everything.
Do you have any?
And you know what? You can see that passion. You can see that passion. Sonny, I have to tell you, first of all, I have a song that I think you need to do, and and because it's all you, unless you might have already done it.
What's that?
What's the song? Help me, girls. Let's come back to that.
Okay.
Let's come back to that because I actually think I have it. What's the song? Okay, I'm going to come back with the song here. Rate. Forget it. I'm not. Yeah.
That's okay.
No, I am. I have to. It is. Well, that Forever Young is great, but Beautiful Day. Akon's Beautiful Day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We haven't done it yet, and it's on my list of to-do songs that I'd love to do. I would do that. I'll do that for you. We'll figure it out, and I'll send it to you, man.
Wow. Okay, don't get me all excited now, because I have to tell you, when I heard you, Sonny, first of all, I absolutely, truly, again, I'll say it, love your music. I love your style. I love everything about you. Second, I absolutely love Howie Mandel. I have loved Howie Mandel for a very, very long time. Okay. And so when you put you with him, and then to complete the triangle, you add in Michael Bublé, and buddy, I am done. Okay. I am telling you how many times, if there's 1,000 views of that, and there's many more, but if there's 1,000 views of that on YouTube, I probably am 900 of them. Okay. So I have passion. Very few things give me passion. When I find something that does like this, I just, honestly, I'm overwhelmed. Tell me about the origin of Sunny and the Black Pack. How did you go from where you started to being Howie Mandel's house band?
You know, it's funny. I have COVID is a terrible thing, and it hurt a lot of different situations, and economic crisis and all these different things happened because of COVID. But for me, one of the things that happened because of COVID is actually pretty much Howie Mandel. So we were playing a lot live. We had done a lot of live shows back right before COVID started, and it was amazing. We were peaking, and we were opening for Boz Scaggs. He came out and he personally invited us to open for his shows and go on tour with him. We were at the peak of all that, and then COVID hit, and it was just crazy. Everything pivoted, and all live shows came to an end for some time. So we had to figure out a way to bring our music to the public and keep doing what we wanted to do, which was music. So we started live streaming. We were a little bit ahead of the game because we'd been streaming games and some other kinds of media for some time before COVID. So when COVID came, we were ready to go, and we started streaming full blast. We had Reddit streams, we had Twitch streams, we had eventually TikTok streams, which is actually how Howie found us. He found us live streaming. We'd live stream sometimes for hours every night on TikTok. We'd have sometimes as many as 12,000 people in the room, and we had no idea, but apparently he'd been watching us for 8 or 9 months before he decided to say something in the chat. And I think one of the first things he said was a TikTok golden buzzer. And we're like, what? And it said Howie Mandel. I was like, whatever. You know, you see people talk online, and you don't think it's anybody. You think it's a troll or a lookalike.
Yeah.
And he comes in, he's like, oh, you know, TikTok golden buzzer. And we're like, what? And I was like, wait a minute. And I've got my mods, I've got my people. Everyone was like, wait, oh my, it's actually him. Oh my, what the heck? And then that turned into, you know, him coming in and saying hello in the chat and us getting excited. And then he eventually, I think that night he reached out to us and said, hey, I want you on my show. And I was like, wait, what? Oh, okay. Sure. Let's make this happen. But being that it was COVID times, we actually, I was not traveling at the time. And I did not want to, you know, I didn't want to take any risk. So we did our show remote, and it was like amazing. We had an amazing show because our live streaming setup was ready for that kind of audio. We just streamed into a studio, did a whole hour episode. We played a bunch of nursery rhymes, a bunch of music, and talked. And then we kind of stayed in touch. Maybe a year later or so, I can't remember the exact timeline, but he reached out again, and we're like, hey, how do we make this happen? And I was like, what? He was like, look, if you come down to LA, you could be my house band. I was living in the Bay Area at the time. And he said, yeah, come down to LA and you can be the house band. And I said, let me think about yes.
Have you ever once shaken Howie Mandel's hand?
No comment. I'll leave that.
Yeah, but you have to explain that.
I have to take. You got to play the fifth there.
Listen, he's a germaphobe. He only does fist bumps. So
Right.
I've always wondered if he actually shakes hands behind the scenes. By the way, if you're just tuning in, this is Cars, Stars, and everything in between. This is Sunny in the Black Pack. He's Richard Bazzi. I am Bubba from 100.7 Star. And like I said, I've never seen Richard Bazzi so excited about an interview ever before. When we come back, I'm going to do an introduction, and then I'm going to shut up and let Richard Bazzi go nuts with questions. We'll be back. Sunny in the Black Pack on Cars, Stars, and everything in between.
Yeah!
Beautiful. That's awesome.
Man, I'm just tell me. I don't really want to talk right now because I don't want to take away from everything else.
I love listening to you talk, Richard. You got an amazing personality. You guys, Bubba, both of you guys are great. Thank you so much again for having me. This has been already amazing. I wish we could go on and have a longer session. I think we could talk about a lot of things.
I may come to LA and sit with Howie watching you perform.
Hey, whenever you want to, if you come to LA, I would love to give you a tour of our space and our studios, and I will personally introduce you to Howie because he would love you.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and he's always looking for a new car too. So, and me too.
I love this. We got.
Oh my God! Honestly, you are amazing. And I want so Bubba, go ahead. Tell me when.
Here we go. 100.1 FM, AM 1020 KDK. This is Car Stars and everything in between. I'm going to be quiet. Richard Bazzi, Sunny in the Black Pack. I'm going to be quiet now. Take over.
Sunny, the song that I heard, first heard you, that made me absolutely fall in love with you was when you did the song with Michael Bublé, who was a guest on Howie's show. And he walks into your space singing Home. Is it Home? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, it's Home. And the whole thing was, it's very crazy situation because, playing with other musicians is always a wonderful thing, but it doesn't always go well. And there's a lot of things that get in the way of that. Sometimes there's ego, there's practice, there's skill level and all sorts of stuff. And the way that we do songs is really crazy. We like to improvise and we really toss things into the turner. And so, for Michael to come in and do what he did was really crazy because we had changed the key, changed the style, changed the instrumentation. Everything was different. Even the melody was tweaked. And he jumped in. He came in that was our first time meeting. And we never spoke before this. He walks in, hears us playing, and Michael, being the amazingly kind individual that he is, he jumps in and he just plays. And he just sings and he harmonizes, and he is truly what you see, on TV, this personality that he is.
Yeah.
That is who he is. He's so kind, so beautifully hearted. Just nothing but love. He was so kind to every single person in the studio. And we've had a lot of people come in and some incredible people. But let me tell you, not everybody is like Michael.
Well, you know, and that almost comes through. And it seems like you kind of had the same connection with him as kind of you and I had. Immediate. It was immediate. But you did make him sing falsetto. So.
Unintentional. I mean, that's the whole thing. The whole thing was in a shifted key so that we could optimize for my range. And Mike was like, screw it, I got this. And he did. And he was singing harmony on top of my crazy melody. He was weaving, like, that is proof and complete evidence of his skill level, that he's real. He's not just some studio musician, as a lot of musicians really are, who need the producers. He jumped in. If you see his mic control, it's crazy. You watch him, how some of the notes, he's got the mic down low, down to his waist, and he's able to project in that mic. It's fantastic. He's so skilled.
And he's
so
gracious.
better.
He's a gracious artist.
He
doesn't need to take the spotlight.
That's not even a big enough word for what he is. The kind of the gratitude and the graciousness that he portrays and shows in everything that he does, the way he touches you, hugs you, looks at you, the attention that he has when he speaks to you, it is unreal. And it is everything that you would think that it would be when you see his on-screen charisma. He's amazing.
And so we know that. But how does that feel for you, Sunny, coming from, where did you come from? And how does it feel to be in this position right now? Because, man, you're at the top. And it's just, I just have to ask you how that makes you feel. It makes me feel like extremely excited just to talk to you. How do you feel about talking to somebody that you admire and look up to?
The one word that I have is blessed. I feel so much immense gratitude for that moment, and I'm lost in it. I'm literally sitting there, and all I can do is just be myself, and try to be as authentic as I can. And in that, I feel nothing but compassion and love, and overwhelmed with this blessed feeling that I'm living a surreal situation that I would never imagine this to be happening. I remember more than 15 years ago seeing that song at a karaoke bar in Thailand. I was living in Thailand for some time, and I literally used to sing that song, and it was a big winner for me. I would sing it, and the girls would huddle around, and they would get excited, and I would love it. But I had no idea that I would be singing that song with Michael Bublé himself years later, with him kneeling on the ground and us exchanging a duet. I had no expectation of that. Life just took me where it did, and Howie, found us, and he's opened up these incredible doors for us to meet the most incredible people, playing with Richie Sambora of Bon Jovi, Kiss. We played with Gene Simmons just the other day. He jumps in on bass and plays with us. What? These things happen every day, every single day they happen, and it's the most surreal situation, and then to meet not just incredibly talented musicians, but incredibly wonderful and kind people. That is what takes the cake.
And you know what, Sonny? When you're speaking, and I hate to say this, from the first second, and I saw you smile, I'm in. I mean, everything you're talking right now, you are, and I can tell right now, you are one of the most sincere, wonderful human beings in this industry. And it's so obvious. Anybody could see it. Anybody could feel it. And so, like, what challenges have you had to overcome? Did you have anything other than, you talk about COVID? I get it. But did you have any challenge that in particular that you had to overcome to get you to where you are?
Frankly, I think my biggest challenge for me right now is health. I'm a big guy, and I lost a lot of weight. I was a few years ago, I was 250 pounds bigger than I am now. So I lost a lot of weight, and I'm still a big guy. But that weight, it haunts me and it follows me. And every pound that goes off, and it makes a difference in my life. But it's a very tough one. And the idea here is to be healthy and to have longevity in my life and to be able to share that with my family. But that is not an easy task. And that's something that I literally carry with me everywhere I go. So I think for me, that's been the biggest life challenge. But musically and business wise, I don't really feel the challenge there, because I feel like I'm living my life and living it the best way that I can. And I'm rolling with everything that comes. I don't feel that anything's an extreme challenge.
You're
So
evolving. You're evolving.
Yeah, I really do. Honestly, my honest take is I feel the evolution. I feel the growth.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that pain.
Or the anxiety from it, because it's taking its own natural course. And
it's all passion for me. And to me, this is not work. And I can't believe I can even say that. But every day that I live and I wake up and I go to work, I go to the studio where I have, all our setup and everything. It's not work to me. It's life, and the best life that I could live. So I don't feel that challenge. I feel everything opposite of the challenge. I feel that I'm so lucky and blessed.
You're the positivity this world needs right now. There's no doubt about that. You are the positivity that we need more of this in this world that you're bringing every day. Don't stop.
Thank
100%,
you, Bubba.
100%, Sonny. And I do want to say this, and I don't make this public a lot, but thank you for being so open-minded and personal with us. Sonny, I lost weight also. I lost 90 pounds.
Wow.
In the past 12 months. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that I did it with the help of Zepbound.
Okay.
So it was an injectable. And I did it with that. And it really is a good feeling. Like you said, you look at it and you lose a pound a day, and that makes you feel good. And it's the same thing. I had that same thing. Sonny, I would tell you, I do a lot of television commercials and things like that. I stopped doing it because I wasn't happy with myself.
Wow.
And so I haven't made that a public statement before, but being as gracious and wonderful as you are, sharing your story, I think it hopefully it inspires others to do the same things and take the same actions. And it does make a difference. It does make a difference in how you feel about yourself. So I salute you for doing that.
Thank you. I just, in your story, I really appreciate you sharing that. That means a lot to me. My number one is I want to live my life to be here as long as I can with my family. I want to share my life, the gifts that I have, that I can bring, the happiness and joy that I know that we bring with our music. I want to continue to do that, but health is priority, and I have to be healthy to do that. So I appreciate your story, Richard. Thank you very much.
I love you. I absolutely love you. I need a part 2 to this story. Yeah. What's your favorite song that you record?
That we've recorded right now? If I very much, I used to be These Are the Moments, because it is our original song that I love so much. But recently we did a project for a movie called Bangkok Dog, directed by Chaya Sopranorat, and it's called Fallen to Grace. And I have fallen in love with that song over and over and over again. It's one of our songs that it's very dear to me, has a lot of meaning to it, but it's also very stylistically different than any song that we've ever released. It has a lot more hip hop. There's some rap in it. There's some grit in it. It's a whole different style. But yeah, I can't say I have a favorite song, but that's one of the songs of our own that I'm very much loving at the moment.
And what's the name of it, Sonny?
It's called Fall Into Grace.
Fall Into Grace. And I can find that on YouTube?
It's on it's on Spotify. It's on all streaming platforms. You can download it off iTunes as well. And it's in the movie.
Sonny, if people want to follow you and find out more about you, how can they do that?
I think our main platform right now is Instagram, and so just at Black Media Presents. But we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok. We've got over 500,000 there too. It's all at Black Media Presents. I think the only handle that's different is Facebook, where it's at Sunny and the Black Pack. So it's facebook.com/Sunny the Black Pack. But the biggest following, the strongest consistency that we seem to have right now is Instagram. Even though we have less followers there, we have only 260,000. But the interaction there just seems so consistent and strong for us compared to things like TikTok, where we have triple the followers, double the followers.
Wow. Well, Sonny, thank you so much for coming on Car Stars and everything in between.
We can't be done. I'm not done.